morning, everybody. My name is Kamil Grabowski, and I want to maybe teach you, maybe show you some different approach to hire people, because this whole presentation on models, about formulas, makes my head spin. So it's called Extreme Interview. We called it because it's strictly connected with extreme programming. So my agenda will be to say that about me, and then about the company that I represent today, which is Menlo. And I will try to teach you why we did what we did, and teach you how we did it. And then hopefully we have some time for question and answers. So about me, I'm a software engineer. Actually, I don't have big experience, I have 5 years of experience, but I'm also interested in entrepreneurship. I participate in startups. I'm agile enthusiast. I was working in the big corporation for 3 years, and they were using waterfall, and whoever thought that waterfall was a good idea, it wasn't. So I changed the company, I started working in Menlo, and actually it helped me to understand what agile really means. Excuse me, just some time to see. Okay. So my role in Menlo, it was mostly being software developer, but the process is constructed that way, that you participate in the whole way of the process of software development. So you contact the client, you take part in estimation, you take part in planning of the releases. It's strictly agile and it's team driven. About Menlo. So what's Menlo? It's a quite small company. They have 50 employees. It's based in Ann Arbor, Michigan, US. They were founded in 2001. But what's different between Menlo and other companies? Their main goal, their main mission statement is to end human suffering in the world as it is related to the technology. So the point is to produce software that is enjoyable by the users. Software that doesn't go to the drawer when it's finished and doesn't see the light of the day, but the software that's basically people saying, I'm happy that I can use it, and send recommendations saying, you made the best software I could even imagine. So in my career, it's short, but I haven't seen much of such products. And I was happy to see that there can be creative products that are seen by the user that way. So to better understand the whole process of hiring, we have to understand how does the Menlo works. So first of all, it's a big open space. It's a collaborative space. Everyone works in one room. There's no cubicles. If you go inside the company, there's a chatter, there's the noise. But it's not noise that distracts you. It's a conversation about the work. It's a conversation about the problem that people have during the work. So people sitting next to each other can sometimes hear that their partners have a problem, and they can step out of the assignment that they are doing and help them. And you can see, yes, it's basically one big open space. It's a very bright room, and all over the walls there are Kanbans, and basically they don't use software, they use things that work good with the people. So what do I mean by that? They use paper, they use scissors, they use pencil, they use pens. They don't use Jira. I know that probably there are some people from this company that build it, but no one looks at this software like constantly, and having the Kanban that says and what part of the work are we are now, or what kind of task we are doing on the wall. It's so transparent, you don't need to go to your computer and see what's going on with the project. Other things that is very, maybe not common, but what's going on in Menlo, people work in pairs, it's extreme programming. There shouldn't be created the line of code by your own. You always have to work with your partner. Why is that? Basically, the main point is to share the knowledge. Every week you are with other person. Every week you probably will work on a different part of the project, of the software. So let's say after a couple of months, you will have bigger picture of whole project, not just, for example, one part connected with database or one part connected with the GUI or any other part of the project. Yeah, and everyone pairs. Sometimes even project manager pairs together. They want to share the knowledge about status of the projects. They want to exchange the knowledge, what we're doing wrong or what we're doing right. Yeah. And other element of Menlo is fast interaction. So, as I said, you have to be ready to work on different parts of the project every week. You have to be ready to help your partner that have problems. So, you're sitting in front of your computer with your partner solving some problems, but you hear that other people have also different problems, and maybe you work on this part of code. Maybe you heard someone work on this part of code. So you have to be ready to step in to help them fix it as fast as possible. So the main goal is to make mistakes faster. So we don't wait for mistakes to be discovered later. If someone has a problem, we just step in, you're helping them to solve it. Okay, so now we have some kind of grasp of what does the Menlo look like. And let's go to the interview. So basically we believe that technology frameworks can be taught. People are not machines. So for us, more important is kindergarten skills. We call it kindergarten skills. And it is, how do you share your pencil? How do you talk to your partner? It is, can you make your partner look good? That's most important. Can you ask the right questions? For us, it's not important if you know Spring, if you know Java, if you know Python, because we use technology that is best suited for a client. We're not connected we're not connected with one technology, so it would be pointless. It would be pointless to just stick to one technology. As I said, kindergarten skills, that's stuff that we're looking for. Why? Because not everyone is suited to work in the extreme programming environment. Some people are used to this dead silence. When you go to some companies, people having earbuds in their ears, don't listen to anybody else. They just are so focused on their work. There's no flow. There's no flow of the thoughts. There's this dead silence. And usually the CEOs are bragging about, oh, we have so much great tools to communicate. We have mail, we have Skype, we are using so many great tools. And basically the two engineers sitting next to each other in the cubicle, and they send these emails to each other. And this is not communication as it's supposed to be. This is something that mimics a communication. So yeah, you have to be ready to communicate, to be good with the people. We are willing to invest into fast learners. So we don't need people that are highly performing individually. Sure, there's a company that like people like this, but if someone is high performing individual and just will sit in the corner and develop their software by their own, and they will treat their software, their code as their baby, and not willing, and suddenly this person will change the job, will have no idea how the software is working, and probably have to throw it away or rewrite it. We willing to invest in people which maybe are not so skillful with tools. We don't care about what kind of tools did you use. As I said, you can learn any kind of tools if you're smart enough. But how fast can you actually participate in our project? How fast can you contribute to our way of thinking, our way of creating a project, and our way of bringing the value to the client? So we set up the mandate for management in order to double our team from 14 people to 28. But the main point was not only simply increase the body count, but also productivity. You know, there's like a bunch of laws that say that if we extend the team, it's a Brooks law. If we extend the team, sometimes it doesn't contribute to the productivity, and so on, so on, and so on. We wanted to avoid that. We wanted to have, in the short term, increase in productivity input. And other thing, we wanted new members to embrace extreme programming, because this is the way how we do it. So we wanted people that understand that as well. Okay, so traditional interview. I bet every one of you remember the interviews, how they are looking. There's usually one guy from the HR department. There is one guy, maybe project manager or some kind of technical manager, and they shoot questions like, what's your communication style? Or how do you handle conflicts at work? And the candidate usually sits there and tells the stories how good he is. And what we ended up having this picture, this perfect picture of the person, but in my opinion, it's ending up like one person lying to each other. The facilitators usually say how great we are, and they're not saying how do you work or what to expect. And from other side, the candidate is saying how wonderful I am with these whole technologies and how great are my communication skills, but it's sometimes not true at all. So what's broken in this approach? For sure it's slow. You interview one person in 1 hour, 2 hours maybe. It's slow, so it's inefficient. It takes long time for a 14 candidates, it will a bunch of time to just go through them with 2 people, ask them questions, maybe make them solve some tests in Java and so on. It sounds inefficient. It's risky because in front of the candidates it's 2 people that actually, in most of the cases, won't work with these people at all. Because they're HR, they don't go to developer desk and hang out with them. No, doesn't happen. And it's boring. Yes, it's boring. And other thing that every agile team is different. Every agile team is unique. Every agile team works its own ways, so it's hard to find a person that is perfect fit for our team. And what if it could be fast? What if it could be efficient? What if it could be completely different than whatever we do right now, without no questions and no resumes? That would be nice, I guess. So, yes, more ifs. What if you could interview 50 candidates in one morning, and you can learn how they behave and play with others, with strangers that they don't know at all, and learn what's their working style, if they're individual, if they have set of skills that we really need right now. And of course, what if no one would read any resumes at all? So the Menlo Way, our way, is based on the pair observation. We pair two strangers together. We invite 50 people at one evening, and we pair them. They don't know usually each other. So you can imagine it's kind of uncomfortable for them. We debrief them. We tell them the process is not mystery. We debrief them. We tell them that how it will gonna look. It will be 3 activities to do. You will work with your pair partner. Every activity will be done with a different pair partner. You will have short time to finish the job. And we say then the result doesn't matter. We throwing away the results of your interview, and they totally forget about it in 10 minutes. So it's so transparent, but people are used to the old way of doing things, so they forget about stuff that it's really important. We are even telling that we are looking for someone who can play with other, and you can think that person can fake it, but it's not so easy. Okay. We sometimes pair not developers together, but for example, designer and developer to see how they work together, how they talk to each other. Because it's also important to have this flow through all the team, not only developers. Because in string programming, it's all about the developers, designers, quality advocates. They all sit together in one big room. They all build the same product, and they all solve the same problem. So it looks like this. We have 2 participants, and in front of them sits the person from the team, from our current team. And he just observes. We gave them some kind of assignment, and we see how do they work together, how they talk to each other. So, and the person from the team just answers the questions, doesn't talk much, because we debrief them. We tell them that we're looking for this kindergarten skills. We don't care about what we write on the paper. But as I said, they already forget about it. Yes, and the person that sits in front of these 2 people, what is he looking for? Kindergarten skills, that's like the keyword today. It's completely different than the previous presentation was. I'm talking about kindergarten, and there was like psychology and stuff. So they're looking for the engagement in their task. They're looking for how the people, if they're having fun, if they ask the question to each other, if they understand whatever they want to accomplish. And foremost, would I pair with the person that sits in front of me? As a team member, would like to work with him? So the first activity is a playing game. And each activity is actually activity that is happening during the project life cycle, the 1 iteration. So every week we have planning game. Planning game is actually having the set of the features, and we trying to order the features for example, release and demo release. So I wanted you to spend maybe 2 minutes completing it.
Nice to meet you. So we've got our exercise in front of us. Do you want to, maybe we'll read through it first and then try to figure out what we're doing and decide how we want to move forward? Does that sound good? Yeah, we can. So I think we can work together. Maybe if we would just each off together. Oh, too late now. I think it's okay. Maybe from these 4, let's see if one of them we think could go in the sales demo. Maybe. So we read the directions to a Menlo Conference Center. Do you want to read this one next? Let's check in. They're giving a list of current sessions to choose from. Okay, user's name and profile picture will be right these two, which one do you think is more of an important feature? I know this is really, really important to me because I have really bad interruptions, but don't give us more time.
I think it's not. So you can see how the people are behaving, how they talk to each other. And they're for sure sharing the paper. We didn't come up with the pencil part, but they probably, it looks like there's some kind of flow of information. There's like the exchange of the talk, they talk to each other. So yes, and we give them relatively 10 minutes. It's not enough to finish this task. It's just to make them sweat a little bit. Because they totally forget about, we don't care about the results. We just watch. And you can see this is facilitator, which take notes. And the notes are strictly about how they behave, what they see, and yeah, basically. So after this, we have the second activity. Second activity for developers was just write some input and output for the unit test, because unit tests are part of the HTML programming. So we want to mimic whatever is going on in the software factory, in our shop, with the interview to give the candidates the idea how do we work. And the last one is estimation. This should be 1, 2, 3. Estimation. An estimation is just basically having a set of feature, and we ask the developers or whoever participates in estimation how long it would take to finish certain feature. And we have Kelly involved. Can anybody hear something?
I don't know. So program one should use Visual Basic maybe.
Okay. I never used Visual Basic, but we kind of know.
No, that's definitely the way to go. Let's see. There's two let's simplify for that.
So wait, we get the CV task.
I don't know. I mean, I think we should probably estimate everything first and then go through and like correct them based on what they say. Because we're trying to go through this whole thing and get it done. Just time's money, right? Okay, so check-in feature, I don't know what that is, let's say for now. View the schedule.
We look at that one. I kind of want to see what
It's like the user clicks check-in, they're given a list of sessions, and there's a profile picture, so.
Okay. So you definitely can see that he's hiding the paper, he's not sharing it all, he's pitching his own idea, he doesn't care about the person that sits next to him. He even put this paper, I want to show you attitude. And next part is we take the candidates, we take the picture of them and send them home. And we, as a team, sit in the dinner table and start to simple evaluation. So simple evaluation, thumbs up, person is invited to the next step. Thumbs down, no way. So we sit in front of them, look at the picture, and try to decide. So thumbs up for this guy. We didn't see it, but it's totally normal because you have 3 interviews, 3 tasks, and you cannot sit in front of each other. So, but other person from the team was sitting in front of him and probably can share his opinion about him. And we have to trust our teammate to tell them if they show 3 thumbs up, cool, we are invited to the next step. This girl, thumbs up or thumbs down? Sorry? She was on the clip, it was really short, I'm sorry for that. But, so we cannot tell too much about her, but she was a little bit shy. She was influenced by the partner, so I would say that 50-50. And thumbs down or thumbs up. She was really engaged. So probably a team would say, okay, we definitely invite him for next interview. And this guy, not really. He looks kind of scared. Okay, so what's next? After that, we invite them to one-day interview, and now they sit with the per partner from our shop, from our company, and work on the real code, real project, and now they can prove that they have technical skills. They pair for half day with one partner, for the other half with other partner, and solve the real problems. Solve code problems that are in our programs. So now they can prove that they are worthy of their technical skills. And after one day, we ask them, do you like working with us? As well as, do we like working with you? If yes, they are invited for 3 weeks trial period, where they are fully immersed in our life cycle of the project. And after that, who knows? So I'm not saying this is process for you. I'm not saying you should do this way. I'm saying you should think about what kind of values you have in your company. What kind of values you're looking for in your company. We are looking for extreme programmers. We're looking for pair partners, and that's what we did in our interviewing process. So and far foremost, it's like team driven. So team decides who they hire, team decides who they like working with, because basically they will spend with these people probably a long time sitting next to each other in front of the computer. Sometimes get messy. Pairing activities helps. Okay.
For me, it looks like you are ready to hire some kindergarten graduates. Anyway, it was a joke, but if you don't care about technical skills, how much time do you give to your new hires to get involved and to study everything you're working on?
So, as I said, after the 3 activities, we just search for people that are perfect fit, maybe not perfect, but close to perfect fit to our organization. After that, we invite them and work on the real code, the real project with the real team partner. So the team partner is checking the performance of this person, checking if this person is able to learn fast, how does our code work, right? So that's the part when you evaluate the skills, the technical skills. And after one day, you can really see if the person has idea about the code, about coding, about the design patterns, and all this stuff that matters for the technical person. And the person from the other side, the candidate, see if it's really what he's looking for as well. And after one day, we still invite them for 3 weeks trial period. So then you can totally see if the person is fit for this job or not.
Last question. Thank you for your presentation. I enjoyed it very much. And one question. I find that we work in very different contexts, because that's surely one work for us, because we matter hard skills very much, like maths and algorithms and data structures. And could you please characterize your projects, because I feel that that's the key for me to understand your presentation.
Okay, I can ensure we don't build stuff from the Lego. So the projects, one of the projects was, for example, the system for the hospital to manage heart transplants. So you can see it's pretty serious stuff. People depends on this project. Yeah, it's hard stuff. Other project was the cytometer software. It's a device that measures, count, and select the blood cells, for example. So it's a medical device that will probably help to cure cancer and AIDS in some day. So, like I said, it's not a perfect fit for everyone. I'm just trying to say that your interview process doesn't have to be boring. You can try to experiment something different. If you want to be agile, try something new. If you want to emerge in some kind of agile environment and want people that embrace that. So try something new, to search for people that embrace that.
Okay, possible, you're gonna do.